Hello and welcome to the Faeforge Academy, where we are not having technical difficulties this morning. I don't think. I guess.
Why would you put that out into the universe?
At any moment.
You made me less confident of my thumbs up there.
The whole chat's gonna be like, Steven, we can't hear you.
Yeah.
No, I'm Steven. I am the GM and producer of most Faeforge Academy things, though that is not today. You can hear that we've got some action-oriented music in the background because we are about to fight some skelly bellies. But before we do, if you are here for the first time, we have one overarching rule at the Faeforge Academy, and that is respect. By being in our chat, you are part of a social contract. That's just how social contracts work. When you're in a space with people, that's the way it is. And that entails respecting people's identities, gender, ethnicity, sexuality, all of those things. And kind of the subcategory of that is no bigotry. We don't tolerate any form of hatred in our chat. Our mods are very good and happy to kick people out. And we don't give second chances. So when you try to slide into our DMs later and be like, can I have a second chance? We'll say, no, thanks, bye. And that's the way it is because the value of people's identities is more important than your ability to express the hatred of them. A couple other things before we get started. We are affiliated with Found Familiar Coffee. So if you go to foundfamiliar.com and use the code Faeforge on checkout, you get 10% off your order, and that supports the stream and our podcast, as well as if you go to greenleafgeek.com for all your wonderful dice needs, especially if you want to get custom dice. I have a custom set from Greenleaf Geek, and they are absolutely beautiful. They aren't within arm's reach, or I would show them off right now. So if you use the code Faeforge there, you also get a little discount. And last but not least, thanks to Roll20, we are part of the Roll20 Spotlight program. All our D&D campaigns are, which means we get access to a lot of fun stuff to use on Roll20, and you will get to see some of that. Oh, look at what I have open right now on Roll20. It's our characters. Yeah. Other than that, my wonderful players and GM, why don't y'all introduce yourself? Let's start with B.
I just put on hand cream and now I touched my mouse. It's going to be a texture.
Gross.
Hello, the ever-prepared B Zelda. My pronouns are they, them, and I'm playing Morticia and Adam, the fairy rogue. What else? It might be something else. I can't remember what it was, though. Does anybody else know what I am?
Are you a sorcerer also?
Nah.
No.
Oh, Bard!
Bard! Yes, that's
Bard!
right.
For that inspiration.
Yes!
You're extremely
inspirational.
Yes.
Inspired.
Snarkspirational?
Inspiring with friendship.
Mm-hmm. Power of friendship. That's pretty much the foundation that I built this character off of.
The power of friendship and honesty.
Yeah, always.
I mean, those inspirations were a little brutally honest.
Yes.
Amazing. Leona.
Hello, I am Leona. I am playing Sunflower, our beloved, very confused Clockwork Soul sorcerer. She is also a Warforged. Her pronouns are she, her, as are mine. I think that's everything that I need to say this morning.
Prince.
Hey everybody, I'm Prince, also known as Dimples of Dice around the internet, and I am playing your big, grumpy Minotaur friend, Dracis, the warrior blood or fighter blood hunter. Both of our pronouns are he, him, and I'm ready to crack some skull.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm Steven. I'm playing Vincent, or Kiro, who is a warlock druid. And pronouns of Vincent and myself are he, him. And last but not least, our illustrious GM, Chris.
Hey everyone, I'm Chris Geary, and I'm your GM for the show today. And we're gonna kick this thing off with a no bumper video, unfortunately, because life happened. But I'm gonna give you a quick kind of recap, and we're gonna jump into this. So last
turn
session,
your volume up a little bit. Will you recap?
My volume up.
Thanks.
Let's see.
I love when there's virtual backgrounds, and this is my favorite. This is one of my favorite things that happens. Interacting with the microphone that's there.
Again, fire hydrant. I'm still positive that is a tiny fire hydrant you have floating in your house.
Is that better for everyone?
Yes.
Thank you.
Excellent. So, last session, the Well, the Eightfold Forge became under attack by skeletons, undead warriors from ages past. Many, many ages past. However, not all those who rose were foes, some of which were guardians of this place and became, I don't know, I wouldn't say allies, but definitely not enemies. And we got to see the rust knocked off our old man fighter as he went to town on a number of skeletal warriors in a flurry of blade and horns. When they reached the exit that they found to escape the oncoming horde, it became apparent that there was more to be done before they left. After some discussion and a little consternation, a few things happened. The siblings, Nio and Karis, used a tandem spell to teleport themselves back to the ship. And
Hopefully.
at least that's where they intended to go. The dwarven smith, Brina Shatterforge, had an epiphany and ran back inside with the stone that she was carrying, or rock baby, as it were. So we ended with the party following Brina to support her as she headed back to the forge one last time in order to try and bolster the defenses of this location.
Mm-hmm.
So we will open as the party is flooding back in through the rear entrance. They're coming through the dilapidated room with all of the basically mulch of things that were in room 5. And the scene that they see before them are 3 larger skeletons, shall we say. 2 Goliath-sized and 1 giant-sized, as fighting off a horde of skeletons that have burst through the entangle and table barrier that the party had set up at the south end of room 2. So go ahead and place your fighters, shall I say.
So we're moving into room 2?
Yeah, well, you're in room 5, crossing the threshold.
Okay.
So you can move into room 2. You have a free move action at this point before we kick things off.
Nobody wants to go in the room.
Nobody wants to go in the room quite yet. Okay, excellent.
all of us want to stay behind Drassus.
Yeah.
I thought Dresses was gonna go into the room, then I could follow behind.
I just need some space. I need some space.
There we go.
Gotta get a nice,
I can
nice
respect
running
that.
start here.
Excellent.
Actually,
You will notice, Drassus, from your vantage point, are lovely drawing by a non-binary B that is closest to the forge room is the giant. The other 2 are more Goliath in size, so closer to your size, as it were. And that's kind of the layout there. There are 4 skeletons in front of them, fanned out as you see, and as far as you can tell, they just keep coming from the hallway as they're kind of crammed in a funnel, trying to flood into the room. Brina will have been... Are you going to try and stop her? Your legs are longer than hers from entering in, or are you going to not worry about where she heads?
I think that she's like, I feel like as we're running back in, Vincent would be like, Brina, before we get too far in, what's your plan? Like, what do you want us to do?
I need to get to the forge, and I need. I'll probably need your help.
Yeah,
I don't know
that's what we're offering.
exactly what kind of help yet until I get in there and read the manual.
Sure. Wonderful. Seems like a great plan. So, get you to the forge, help you read the manual?
Just, well, maybe, yes.
Okay.
It's a power source. That's what this is. It's a power source for the forge.
The baby or the baby's the power
This,
source for the
yes,
forge?
this is a power source.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
Like it will. If I'm reading, if I'm understanding what I found and what you shared from what you know, this is. It should power the defenses of this place.
That sounds wonderful. Okay, great. All in favor of letting Brina power on the defenses?
Oh,
Aye.
Time.
was rock baby, so let's do it.
The power of
I
babies.
still don't understand the whole baby thing.
It was being held
Is
like a
what it
baby.
is.
You hold
I-
babies like this. If it's not a baby, you don't hold it like that. Rules.
I was just following Morticia's lead. I'm more with you, Drassus, but let's go!
Right, so we're defending.
Okay.
We have to clear a path for her to get through.
Yeah. So that is the goal then,
Oh,
to try
got a
and
little
get.
token for her.
Yep. Found a little token for her, and
I'm zooming in for you. Oh, look it.
A
there she is, stream.
little bit.
all right, and so initiative.
We're rolling new initiative.
Yep.
Okay.
New combat, new initiative.
Fabulous.
Ooh, 16. Rock on, Drassus.
Ooh.
Not too bad for me.
Not sure. That's his highest so far, right?
I think
Yes.
so, which is really funny. This is my lowest out of
Yeah,
12.
and I wasn't gonna say anything because I just thought it was a typo. And I'm missing sunflowers.
It's 14. It just didn't get added to the tracker because I
Okay.
think I made a mistake when I clicked.
Okay, no problem. If you want to just do it again, I can manually update it.
Sure
So
thing.
click on the token, then roll it again. I think is what.
Yep.
Yep, that's the way.
Good thing
Yeah,
we're taking the original.
Yeah.
All right, and I will go ahead and add in. I'm just going to call them the giants, and then the skellies. We will roll both of theirs. First the giants, and then the skeletons. Tie goes to the player, so you will go before the giant Strassus. And everybody goes before the skeletons this time.
You love to hear it.
So, let's go back to the top. Vincent, you're up first.
Okay.
You can hold your action if you wish until end of round, or not end of, well, I can say end of your characters, the other ones, since you're at the back of the pack.
I'm actually going
Or if you
to-
have an action you would prefer to do, feel free.
No, I actually think I have an idea. I would like to 20 feet within range. Range of 60 feet. So Vincent would actually walk his way through. Excuse me, big fella. Just to get. Whoopsies, not trying to grab Brina. Just to try
That's
to get
fine.
through and leave space for everybody. And then Vincent's eyes and his cane. You'd notice his cane that has this like silver skull on it that has like had this like faint purple glow. Is starting to grow vines like out of the eyes, and a few leaves are sprouting. And Vincent's eyes go green, and he taps his cane on the ground once more, and he's casting fairy fire. around. I know how to draw stuff.
Make it pretty.
2, 10, 15, 20, which I believe should get everybody in that cube. So all of them need to make a dex save.
Ooh. Oh, 19.
No.
That sucks.
I did not expect them to roll high. Yeah, it is what it is.
It looked really cool, but wow, nothing happened.
So, what color of fairy fire did you send out?
It's green.
Okay, so this green, blaze comes off the vines and leaves and kind of darts out and impacts into the skeletons that are boxed there, each one kind of shimmering in that color before it seems to dissipate rather than linger.
I look at my cane. Is this working right?
Is this thing on?
And do I have any bonus actions? I should have checked that. Totally prepared. It's not going to work against undead. Okay. Yep, that's my turn.
Excellent. So, as Vincent ducks around the corner and casts a spell, Drasus, you are now up. Though the token doesn't quite show it, we're going to say you still have your line of sight as Vincent made his way around the corner itself. Okay?
Okay. Drasus is going to make it all the way over to here. Essentially get to smashing.
Okay.
And so Drasus pulls out the sword and says, I need you, Sumac. This is once me and you need to get along. And I'm going to start swinging. Oh, first things first. Before I do that, when I say the whole thing to Sumac, the sword glows a bit, and I cast Hunter's Mark.
There
Nice.
you go.
Ooh, nice.
That's cool.
I know, buddy. Here.
Okay. Now, I also want you to do me a favor, and I want you to roll a persuasion check.
Oh, okay.
Swing your sword.
Yeah, no.
Wow.
If you had gotten a 12 or higher, I would have given you advantage for your plea to Sumac.
Yeah, me and him have
No detriment. Just
yeah.
gonna throw a bonus in there, depending on how well received your words were.
Gotcha. So I imagine 21 will hit.
Mm-hmm. These skeletons, much like the ones before, have an active AC of 13.
16 damage.
16 damage. That one is given a very heavy blow right from the beginning, and you can tell it's staggering a little in its stance.
Still has the nerve to be standing up. That's a problem for him.
It really is. As you come across on the backswing,
Ten's not gonna do it.
it doesn't hit. The unbalancing of losing that last section of it, the tip of it, kind of threw off your follow through.
Still getting used to it.
It still surprises you because your training is still kind of set for weapons with their proper balance and weighting. So, including what this sword was originally. And that leaves us with our giants.
Just one more thing.
Oh, sorry.
We move on.
Yeah.
This thing, if it tries to move, its speed's reduced by 10 feet because of my slasher.
Excellent. It has nowhere to move to between you and the literal giant skeleton next to you. So yeah, it's just gonna sit there and take it. Remind me one more time. Does somebody have it off the top of their head? What is the strength on a fire giant typically? Like a belt of fire giant strength. Is it plus? Is it like 22 or 23?
I
looking it up like a
think it's
baby.
23.
Excellent.
Because I
We'll
think
go
mine's
with
is
that.
hill giant.
What was the
Gotcha.
question? I already forgot. I found the stats.
Chat says
though.
25.
25 for fire giant. Excellent.
Thanks, Bane.
Thank you. So that makes us a what? Plus 5, 6, 7. Okay. I'm just trying to calculate the right number of pluses to put into this roll, and they will barely hit.
Oh my gosh.
You will see
Like me.
the eyes of this giant flash fire from its eye sockets as it swings down at the one in front of it and strikes with its large club-like hand. And we will do... that'll be 11 points of damage. I forgot to add the strength. So... that one is not quite as hurt, but it definitely took a hit. The other two Goliath-sized ones are definitely not the same, but they each swing, one with a miss, one with a crit. And they are both armed, though, with axes.
I dropped a fire giant on the map for you if you...
Oh, thanks.
Uh,
I will hold on to that because I may be using it later. And
Aw, what a cutie.
that's that plus an extra die. And that one is dead from the crit. Okay.
Nice.
Luck of the draw. Actually, I'm not gonna. What I'm gonna do at this point is another one just steps in to fill its slot right now.
Okay.
So that brings us to Sunflower.
Ooh. Let's see. Let's try and get rid of some of these skeletons, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
I think Sunflower is going to debating some options. I think she's going to go for Witch Bolt.
Okay.
And so I need to actually pick a target for this one. Let's say I'm also going to move Sunflower up a little bit. Let's say this one right here. Does that work for you?
Yep.
Okay, so we are going to attempt to attack that one with the Witch Bolt at 3rd level.
Excellent.
And I don't think a 9 hits.
A 9 does not hit. No.
Womp womp.
Now you only need 4 points, and everybody does have guidance.
That's true. So if I roll, is it just 1d4?
Yeah, and you, according to my notes, still have 2 of them.
Okay.
You and Vincent both still have 2. Everybody else has 1 in my notes, unless I missed some that were given out.
I got a new one today.
Oh, then you have 2 as well.
Okay.
And I got 4.
Hey!
Excellent. And so that'll hit for 16 points of damage.
Yes.
And that one will also be critically injured as you see the energy of the witch bolt like crackle along the skeleton's form, and it like breaks and shatters bits of the bones. Not enough to make it crumble and fall, but definitely enough to weaken it. Which brings us to Morty. Are you still on Drasus's horns?
No.
Okay.
I think she just kind of started to like hang out and hover, But in my head, it's now canon that in order to use that obnoxiously large crossbow, that she has to kind of sit on somebody's shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
So right here we have Sunflower.
Oh boy.
Nice.
Hey, I'm just gonna. Don't
It's
mind
all
me.
good. Okay. Feel free.
Set up shop, pull out the giant crossbow bolt, crank it with my like arms and feet. And I'm gonna shoot at the one directly in front of us.
Okay.
Do we have the block for Adam as well? Doesn't matter.
Oh, I did not. But they're flanked already.
Yeah.
So.
Perfect. So we're gonna do just a hit. A hit with a sneak attack. Where did the sneak attack go?
Ooh.
Where did that go on?
11 would miss, but you do have guidance
I'm using
from the audience.
my guidance.
Need 2 points. Excellent. That hits.
4. There we go. There's a sneak attack.
Nice. So 17 points of damage.
On the one.
Yeah. Excellent.
And then what can Adam do? He can do some psychic damage to one creature that I've hit with my weapon. So we're just gonna go ahead and roll. Does this ever click?
Yep.
Dang.
The first one, unfortunately.
Oh. And that one also goes down.
That's what you get, Skelly Bellies. Oh, I'm so sorry, Sunflower. That was right in your ear.
What you will
right.
see as so the arrow comes through, and oddly enough, and probably because it's related to Fae, seems to kind of like enter into the rib cage and like ricochet around, chipping off bits and pieces of bone. And immediately after, this dark, shadowy energy envelops the skeleton, and it crumbles.
Sunflower, is that how they normally die?
Don't think so.
Huh. I'll ask the next one. With the rest of my turn then,
Adam whispers to you, I powered up.
Yes! Wails from the grave. I'm gonna attack a second of necrotic damage for only 2d6, but that's okay.
Okay.
3 whole damage! Adam lied.
And did you want to do the one that stepped into its place, or the one next to it that's already been hit by the witch
one
bolt?
next to it that's already
Okay.
been hit. That way, if it dies, it looks like Adam was really cool, even though it was like wails from the grave. It was more like a eep.
Yeah.
Not much of a wail.
You know, it made it shiver a little. And some more of that cracked bone fell, but it is still standing, though it is clearly lopsided at this point. Which then brings us to their attacks, and we're gonna start with the 2 that are severely injured are both going to be attacking with disadvantage. So let me roll twice for the first one. Oh, that one definitely is a critical failure. Drassus, the one in front of you, does the kind of classic, drop, like swing and a miss that we hear about in D&D all the time, and it loses basically from the elbow forward on its sword hand that falls to the ground instead of dropping its weapon. And it will, with a bonus action and a penalty out of frustration, attempt to hit you with its shield hand and misses. The other damaged one, let's go with disadvantage. Oops, that should have been with a 3. So that's a 20 or 22. So 20 will hit one of the giants, or the Goliaths. And this is the one that Witch Bolt and Wails from the Grave had injured. Now the 2 that are still in working order will attack, and both will hit, connecting. So all 3 of your friendly skeletons have been impacted by the assailants in some way, shape, or form.
Damn.
This brings us back to the top of the round, and Vincent.
Okay. Vincent is going to... what did Brina do?
Correct. At the end of the round,
Yeah.
Brina makes a move, and she is trying, and we're going to do, we'll call it an acrobatics check with her very dexterous and sarcastically speaking, no modifier dwarven self, and slips past Drasus into the forge.
Okay. So Vincent, knowing that he can read more than most people, as far as languages are concerned, is going to start moving that way. Am I able to get past Drasus, or is that fight kind of clogging the space?
I will give you the same check I gave Brina, which is a acrobatics check at a 16 or better.
All right, old man. 17, yes.
Yes, you will sneak through as well.
Yeah, Vincent just kind of slides through, is going to wait at the doorway, say, Brina, what can I help with?
The first thing I need to do is I need to go and find where this is inserted.
Okay.
There should be a rune somewhere next to the anvil, on the anvil, or on some sort of lever or switch that'll open the compartment where this goes.
Okay. This isn't how the spell is necessarily supposed to work, but you could argue that it does. If I use fairy fire to illuminate the forge, would that assist us in maybe finding a rune?
I will give me an arcana to manipulate it. You're not asking for a whole lot of manipulation, so we're going to go with a 10 DC.
Okay.
Vincent, you also have
Oof,
the...
nice.
Oh, God, you're fine.
A natural 20?
Yeah. So you will light up the immediate area around the anvil itself, and it starts to actually to reach out, and in multiple areas you'll see magical runes, either in illusory script or some form of engraving, that start to kind of faintly glow and identify themselves.
Yeah, so kind of to describe that, I'll walk over, and as opposed to casting it from a distance, I'm going to actually, and if anything happens, you're welcome to interrupt this at any point, but I'm going to actually put my cane against the anvil. And close my eyes, and then that same green starts to glow out from me. And then I'll look for, if I still have a bonus action or something, I'll look for the correct rune if I can.
We will say that that's what you're doing for the rest of the round,
Okay.
and at the beginning of your next turn, we will resolve that.
Okay.
So back
That's my
to
turn.
Drasus. 2 folks have slipped past you into the forge. I assume you're going to continue the onslaught.
Absolutely. Drasus is staying on the attack and making sure that no one else gets in here that is not on his side. Thus, another roll. Attack.
Attack!
Yes.
Oh, excellent.
Hunter's Mark.
Between that and Hunter's Mark, this particular skeleton goes down. It does not get replaced. Only the other 3 actually have room for them to move into position. So this one will actually be down and out, giving you, some bones to kind of kick around or maybe crunch over. But you could move in and tighten up this formation
That's
if you wish.
exactly what I'm going to do.
Okay.
And then we're going to do another attack.
And 21 will hit.
Because I still have a bonus action, I'm going to use my bonus action to move my Hunter's Mark to this guy.
Excellent. Nice. This one, because it had also been previously damaged, goes down, and another one will step into its position. From your vantage point, you can't tell how many are still in that hallway, but total, you guys have knocked out, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them between the giants and yourselves. So their numbers are decreasing. You just visually can't watch like what that looks like. Okay.
Yeah. I'm actually going to do something a little special. I have my Belt of the Nephilim, and one of the abilities on that is Vigor of the Heavens, and I can push myself beyond my normal limits, and I can take one additional attack or action in a turn. It's very similar to
Yep.
What do you call it? Anyway,
Action surge.
Action surge. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on. You know what?
I know you have at least one guidance.
Yeah, I'm gonna blow a guidance. Oh, it's only a 12.
Roll damage for me. And Hunter's Mark? As you swing, you know you should have missed, basically by the portion of the blade that is broken off. But a red kind of ghostly image of that blade appears as you hear Sumac kind of like, you can tell he's concentrating on trying to help. And you hit anyways.
Okay.
And this one is harmed, not down, but definitely hurting.
Does this actually give me like another full action?
Yep, gives you a full action.
So then I get another swing. And this time, you know what I'll do? If potentially this will work. If I could use potentially another small bonus action to quaff a potion of advantage.
Give me percentage dice. Let's see if the spirits are with you. Oh yeah.
Watch. This is gone. But I have advantage on this attack. That's going to be a 26.
Yep, that totally hits.
Oh my god. Actually, wait, no.
Yes,
I have
keep
great weapon
shredding.
fighting. All those. Aha!
Yeah, I believe you can re-roll that damage, right?
Yeah, because great weapon fighting will give
Yep.
ones. I mean, I rolled another one, but that's still better.
Yep. And then with your Hunter's Mark, which will impact it again, it will finish it off.
So Drass is just slash, just cleaver through all of these things. You know, the hit that he almost missed, he's barely paying attention to. He's just non-stop motion at this point and is reveling in this. If anyone looks at Drassus right now, he's got a giant smile on his face.
Yeah, and the other thing that you would notice is Drassus has kind of held himself as an old man in many cases. Bones creaking, kind of stiff in the joints sometimes. he is very fluid right now.
Yeah, we do not get old man vibes here.
Mm-mm.
I think Morticia whispers to Sunflower, like, do we know that person?
That's Drassus.
I'll take your word for it, but I'm not so sure.
I assure you.
All right.
That's it for me. I got nothing else.
Okay, then the giants will go and attack, and 2 of them connect. This one that was harmed by Witch Bolt and the whale will finally go down, with another one taking its place. The one next to Drassus now has been hit by the large fire giant fist, but was not as impressive of a thump as you would imagine. And the other one was missed completely. So that brings us to Sunflower. You have 2 that are fresh, 1 that was hit by the fire giant next to our bone chipper, aka wood chipper, the Drassus.
I am very quickly reading Witch Bolt because I knew that I could continue to just deal damage to the target. But the target went down, so I don't know if that holds true anymore.
I think
Do you have to
I think
recast or can you pass it on?
rules as written. It ends when the target does.
Well, bummer.
Aw.
Okay. All right. Let's think of something else for the moment. How about we try a little something that Sunflower had previously tried, and let us cast Ice Knife.
Yes.
We'll do it at 2nd level. So that is a 12 to hit.
Okay. Short by 1, but you have another guidance if you want to use it.
I will spend the other guidance. Why not? So that is 1d4. That's another 4. So that will allow it to hit. And if I remember correctly, so on a hit, you'll take the damage, and then hit or miss, the shard then explodes. The target and each creature within 5 feet of it must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take the cold damage. So I'm not going to target the one that I was immediately targeting because I don't want to hit Drassus. I'm more so aiming kind of like here.
Okay.
Like
Yeah, the one that's still in the doorway.
Nice.
Yeah, like slightly
Yep.
deeper in. So she wants to
Yep.
like kind of get at what's ever behind, you know?
Yep.
And for her movement, she's gonna kind of slide over this way. So she's kind of like closer to the door, kind of closer to Drassus, like, you know?
And Morticia is still on the shoulder, I'm assuming?
Yep.
Okay.
And that allows Morty to also be closer to the room. So
Nice.
that is how that shakes out. So 5 piercing damage and 14 cold damage.
5 piercing and 14 cold. Okay. That will severely damage this one. Not quite killing it. And then what is so it's a save for the others?
Yes, they must succeed on a dexterity saving throw DC 14,
Okay.
or they will take the cold damage.
Ooh, just got the 14
Shucks.
for one of them. Oof.
Oh! Okay,
The
well, at
one
least I got
behind also takes the damage.
Cool.
So because I'm going to forget otherwise, I'm going to put a red marker on him, even though it's not quite to that same threshold. I will forget otherwise. So, yes, it does severe damage to the one, or significant damage to the one, and almost, or solid damage to what you think are ones behind it, kind of from your vantage point. These seem to, I don't want to say they move out of the way as much as they are kind of preparing to attack, and so they're leaning into the room enough that they are unaffected. That brings us. Do you have any bonus actions?
I don't think I have any bonus actions, but I think Sunflower, because she's now closer to the room, will shout and just like, let us know if you need any help. I'm staying out here to help fight off all of the skeletons.
Okay, we're doing fine so far.
Excellent. And that brings us to Morticia.
All right, I could really use a rest, but that's okay. We're here, and that's fine. I could just keep firing arrows, but like I have no more bardic inspiration. That's the worst part.
It's true. That is the worst part.
I need unlimited bardic inspiration. I think I'm just gonna have to do the same thing. We're gonna go ahead and shoot. I don't know, that one.
Okay.
It looks healthy. The healthier they are, the more they deserve to get a crossbow bolt.
The one in the middle, right?
Yes,
Is that
please.
okay? Need a 13 or better, so that hits.
Nice.
For 16 points of damage, and it is severely harmed.
Okay, and then we're gonna see what Adam can do. This is Adam's last spell before we're out of spell slots for him.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Adam. You said you charged your power. Yes!
And again, you'll notice that he, like this darkness, kind of dark shadowy energy radiates up and over and around the skeleton, and it crumbles to the ground.
Beautiful!
Oh, I'm going to leave this one in red because the one that moves forward was harmed by Ice Knife.
Nice. Yep, that's my turn. And then I give like Sunflower a good pat on the shoulder. We do good work.
Mm-hmm.
We do.
Absolutely. So we are going to. I'm going to do the one with disadvantage first. And misses, and critically misses. We won't be comical as much with this one, but it does critically miss the Goliath in front of it, putting it off balance. And so if anyone attacks that middle one again, that was harmed by Ice Knife, they are at an 11 instead of a 13 AC. Basically, they do not get their shield bonus at this time. So the other two will swing, and Drasis, does a 14 hit you? Didn't think so.
Of course not.
17 will hit the giant for a total of 8 points. Okay, so one of the, well, not the giant, the Goliath, for 8 points. One of the Goliaths has been hit. And you've noticed that each of them has probably taken a little bit of damage as they've been, fending off this horde for a while now, as you all had made your way out the back and then back in. And at the end of round, Brina will join Vincent. And we're going to make this kind of like the transition period, and then you'll have your full action, Vincent.
Okay.
So the transition between rounds, you will notice amongst the different runes that there is one on the floor, a tile in the floor that is, it looks like it's more intricate, and upon closer inspection with the fairy fire, it's actually a set of mosaics set up to look like a carved, like decorative tile, and the center square has an image on it that says load.
Brina, I think this might be the spot. This says Brina. I mean, this says load.
She kind of gives you a funny look.
Welcome.
And goes, oh, okay. And she goes and pushes it without even batting an eye. And you know how on a lot of anvils that front horn is there? It will actually like tip down, and there is a space inside, like a cylinder hole, and about the size of the stone. And she will insert it and hit the button again, and it will close. and there will be a red energy that starts to emanate from the forge itself. And about that time, though, you will also feel a weird rippling of energy in the air as let's go green, as a visitor appears.
What does this visitor look like?
What?
Does it,
Is
is
For
this,
those of you
no.
playing at home, this would be called a Marilith.
is this
It
picture
is
accurate?
a serpentine woman from the waist down, much like a Naga or maybe even Yonti. It is they are serpentine. From the waist up, they are humanoid looking, except they have 6 arms, each wielding a blade. They have long green hair and red eyes with slit-like pupils. And she speaks and says,
Never good with
Cairo Oro sends his regards.
Fuck, we have a problem. We have a very big problem. I'm gonna need a lot of help in here. You hear Vincent yell out. You can tell Oros he can go fuck himself. And is it my turn now?
Yes, now it is your turn.
Okay. I am going to. Damn it! Oh God!
All the pressure right now.
I'm also not much of a close combat friend. I'm going to cast Bane.
Okay.
Yes, I'm gonna cast Bane. Though she's the only creature I can see, so that's a charisma save.
Okay. I just minimized that window, which I shouldn't have. Charisma. Okay. Dice roller. D20. What's my target?
Your DC is 18.
And she will pass.
A 24 with a plus 10. Cool. This is fine. Bonus actions. Shit. Where are the bonus actions? There they are. Okay. I am going to. Okay. I'm going to reskin my form of dread. And look at her and say, I don't need Oros anymore. And as I start to use my form of dread targeting her, my muscles and like the skin that once rotted starts to fill in with like almost like roots and like this, and I'm pulling like energy from the ground. Like I picture like branches growing. Still, like my hands get a little bit longer. My jaw still unlocks and stuff like that. But there's this like life that has never been there before. And I am casting my form of dread. And it won't do anything to her yet.
Okay.
But I gain temp HP. So
Hey.
For when
which could be beneficial at this point.
Yeah. So that plus 4, so I get 8.
Excellent.
Okay. And yeah, and yelling, Drasus, there's a big person with lots of swords in here. And that's my turn.
Okay. I'm going to draw.
There's a lot of skeletons out here.
What do we do?
The forge is working, but it won't work if they kill me.
Okay. So
Stress
keep
is-
you alive?
Well, keep the forge alive. I guess I'm saying I can't protect it if I'm dead.
Oh, okay. I thought you already were dead. So yeah, okay.
Well, you know what I mean.
It sounds like you can't protect it if you're alive right now because you're asking for my help.
Good God.
But I got this.
Fuck you all.
Justice, shall we retreat to the boardroom and hold the line there?
That's what I'm suggesting. Yes, please.
Fine.
Your call.
Okay.
Or don't.
Crassus is going to make his way into this room.
Okay.
And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to shove this thing over.
Okay.
So let's see. Strength, athletics. What we're rolling. Shove it.
Oh, shoving, I believe, is athletics.
21.
21. And let's go with a contested check here. Does not budge.
All right. Fine. And I'll move my hunter's mark.
Okay.
Other thing that had it was dead.
So
Yep.
did you two do like that anime thing where you're both kind of like locked
Yep.
in arms, except she has more arms, so she has the edge?
I imagine that with his big sword, he comes in and like tries to use the two-handed kind of like thrust of the flat of it to shove, and she crosses blades, and
Ooh.
they kind of sit there in that anime moment where the lines are like all kind of like pulsating and to show the tension between them,
Yes.
and sweat on the brow, etc., etc.
And I will.
And that is all of your actions, correct?
Nope.
Oh,
That's hunter's mark, and actually, yeah, it is
okay.
mine.
Did you also
This is just-
attack? I'm sorry.
I did.
Oh,
so
a
that
20
was
will hit.
Yeah,
You
I
need
figured
an
that.
You need an 18 or better to hit.
So it's gonna do. Actually, I can reroll one of those d6s actually, because it is still a one
Mhm.
on it. I just have to take whatever this is.
Mm-hmm.
Another one. So it's the same amount of damage.
Fair enough. So 12 points of damage.
12
Excellent.
points of damage.
All right. And she is thoroughly engaged at this point. The giants will continue to fend off the skeletons, and they are basically at a stalemate between the two. So I'm going to skip them and the skeletons at this point, unless Sunflower and Morticia are planning on staying out there.
Can I add one small thing?
Sure.
Just as I was leaving the room, I think Drasus would have just been like, "Brothers, hold them."
Yeah.
Mhm.
Does that give them
Um,
inspiration?
That's just for flavor for Drasus.
Yeah, no, I dig it. I dig it. All right. That brings us to to her. To our newfound friend.
Oh, yikes. Hey, yikes.
And
The amount of space
where we
that
go?
she is taking up is the amount of space she is taking up is concerning.
Right now?
yeah. She is that large. She is considered large sized. And that wouldn't be quite that large. Sorry. That would be gigantic size. It'd be more like
Oh, so taking up
that.
4 squares.
Yeah, taking up 4 squares.
That's still large.
Slightly
Right?
less
Are we
concerning,
supposed
but
to feel better?
but not
Yeah.
super helpful.
Yeah. So, well, we will just go with a standard barrage of attacks.
Yeah, I figure she has several.
Yeah.
Now, she came in partway into the round, so she's only going to get 3 of her multi-attacks.
Oh, only. Good.
And she hits.
All of those.
Jesus H Christ! Holy crap!
Ooh.
Just a heads up,
And-
y'all. I did not take any healing moves. Just...
Oh god.
Oh, no, don't worry.
It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
You have temporary hit points, right?
Yep.
You have 36 less of them, or 36 fewer of them.
Okay. Right.
Ooh.
All right, what's next?
Oh, sorry. Sunflower's next.
Yes. Heck. Heckity heck.
Yeah.
So is Drassus kind of like in the doorway itself, or is Drassus more so in the room?
Drassus is in the, we'll say in the room. You can move past Drassus, but you can't, like, he would be, because of his size, would be problematic for
Yeah, it would be problematic to
casting
get
past.
in, but that's fine. I think what I want to do is kind of stand in the actual doorway itself so that I can kind of, I mean, I'm a caster, so, you know, point one staff one way, point the other rod the other way, you know, like she can kind of
Yep.
like, you know, two-hand this stuff if she has to.
Mhm.
So gosh, I just don't even know what to do with all of this. Yo, this is a heckin' thing.
Hit her with the pointy end.
I mean, yes. I'm literally like an out of character scrambling to figure out what to do. Sunflower is very much keeping her cool. But it is the tricky bit where I have to make sure that I can do the things. I am going to use my action to perform Bastion of Law.
Okay.
And I'm popping that in the thingamajig as well right now. So I am going to, I have to pick how many sorcery points I spend. Until you long rest, use this feature again. D8's equal to the number of sorcery points spent. I can take a number of those dice, roll them, and reduce the damage. Okay, so let us where are my sorcery points hiding? Okay. I am going to spend let's start with 2 sorcery points for now. And I'm going to use Bastion of Law on Drassus. So she's going to just kind of like throw her hand out and cast it on Drassus as a shimmering shield of order kind of wraps around him. Drassus, whenever you take damage, you can expend up to those 2 d8s, roll them, and reduce the damage taken by the total rolled on those dice.
Okay.
So I'm trying to buff you up a little bit here. Trying to do a protect. And with that as my action, let's see. Don't think I have much I can do as a bonus action, and shield is a reaction. So I think that unfortunately might be everything
Okay.
for now.
Okay. So Drassus has gotten buffed, and Morticia.
Okay, so popping on in on the side of Sunflower's shoulder, things are getting pretty serious. We've got this new baddie. Drassus is kind of holding his own. Vincent is looking spooky, and I guess the threat If it all hasn't necessarily sunk in to Morty. So she kind of like rests the crossbow contraption on one of Sunflower's shoulders, and then she toddles over to the other side of the shoulders, pats down like, okay, Adam, I know I had some butter tarts in here, haha, and she pulls out like 2 tiny butter tarts, a feather, and then just starts to wave them in the air. And I would like to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Oh my
Nice.
god! Beautiful.
Do it.
It's probably not gonna hit. I need a wisdom save out of you.
All right.
DC 13.
DC 13.
I feel like she's got high charisma. Maybe she's got low wisdom.
And in this particular case specifically,
immune? Yep.
she's rolling with disadvantage.
Is it the butter tarts? Oh my god! Fuck!
Do you have a
So
guidance
close.
left? I
I
will let you
do.
use it to lower her roll.
I just want her to
Yeah.
laugh at my butter tarts.
Yes, she will be affected.
Excellent. I think it's like a bit of a bit that Morty has done back in the Feywild, where kind of like a pie in the face, it's a little butter tart in the face, and like a little bit of a hop, skip, and a dance, and like maybe Morty will tickle Sunflower with a feather. It won't do anything, but Morty finds it funny, which is gonna make the other person laugh too.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And so, what is
Okay.
the effect of hideous laughter again?
Did it pop in the chat?
I think
It did
they're
not.
prone.
That's
They're
okay.
prone and
Yep.
I can't remember the term, but they're just on the floor laughing, incapacitated. Yeah, and they're just laughing.
Okay. So you basically have a reprieve right now to recover for however long it lasts.
A minute every round she can save though.
Okay.
Whew. That was
I think Sunflower definitely
Every
does,
round
like,
and every time it takes
practicals.
damage. That's
You
the
know?
other thing.
perfect. Thank
So,
you.
Yeah.
If we hit it, it gets to save as well.
Mm-hmm.
How's everybody doing? That was funny, right? The butter tarts. That was good.
It was funny.
Brina will be looking through notes that she created, and she will say, "Okay, I need. We have to craft something on the anvil, and I need a soul."
What?
I got some. Probably. Adam, do we have any?
What are you doing with the
Oh,
soul?
look.
Adam burps.
Good.
I have one.
Oh, your sword. We can fix it.
Yeah.
Steak Lady is laughing. We are in a limited amount of time. Whew.
So this will have to
So
go
many
quickly,
arms.
which means it'll take teamwork. The goal is going to be to mend the sword, which someone will have to be able to swing the hammer. Someone else will have to be able to heat the metal, and someone else will have to be able to help, or at least one person will have to be able to help guide the soul.
I mean, I would love to guide a soul. Feels like
Okay.
old times. I don't know why.
What were the other steps? Someone needs to guide the soul.
Banging
So-
the.
Someone has to actually do the wielding the hammer.
Uh-huh.
Someone has to, at least one person has to help with heating the metal,
In the middle.
and the last one is guiding the soul. So there are
Okay.
3 actions that need assistance in some way, shape, or form. Brianna can help with, can basically do a help action with the heating or the actual act of swinging the hammer.
I can help heat.
Okay.
I probably can't
Hammer
even.
time.
I probably can't even pick up the hammer, honestly.
I have firebolt. I could definitely use firebolt.
Oh,
Okay.
I was gonna use Druidcraft because I can light a small campfire
Mhm.
together with our powers combined.
Yeah.
We can heat the
Flaming powers
forge.
combined.
All right, well then that leaves Morticia to guide
the soul.
souls.
Yay.
Okay. So I'm going to relocate everyone over to the forge then.
Good luck out there, giants. We're gonna need a little more time.
We believe in you.
Go, Giants, go.
So we're going to go ahead and do a few rolls here. What I forgot to look it up, and I should have. On your character, B, for Morticia, I know they can take souls. What is the ability called that they have?
I don't know. I didn't know that was legit a thing. I just thought it was more narrative. Let me peek.
I thought that it might have been higher level. I'll have to look at them again.
Some of Phantom Rogue. Okay, keep chatting, and I'm gonna peek this.
I might be reading into the narrative flavor as well. So, and then let's go with what skill or ability, Drasus, would you like to apply to the swinging of the hammer?
Athletics.
Athletics?
I think you're thinking of Tokens of the Departed. And that's a
That's
level
exactly
9.
what I think he's thinking of. That's
Yeah.
level 9 thing, and that's
Yeah.
really friggin' cool.
You going to roll that now?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Let's see. Brina's going to be assisting you with that piece, kind of guiding what you need to do, as well as lining up the blade in the way that it needs to be, both pieces, but it needs to be heated first. So we've got two cantrips that you're planning on investing. What other power, energy, offering, sacrifices, things of that nature are you willing to contribute to make this work?
So I have a my talisman thing that shoot, how does it work? That says nope. So many features. Where'd it go? Hang on, go.
I have an idea on something I could do.
Well,
here.
Okay, great.
Um,
Hit me with it.
so because I took a level in Blood Hunter, and I did not know this is going to come into play, but this is more of just me thinking of abilities with potential. I have Blood Curse of Binding.
Okay.
Ooh.
And
Excellent.
Blood Curse of Binding basically holds someone in place. But basically, I want to use it to hold the sword in place. So I'll use my blood to fuel this spell to hold the sword
Oh.
and the place is supposed to be, essentially.
Excellent.
I also have a.
I don't know
potion
what
of
that
like-
does to help,
What
but
is
I
the
think it
cost?
makes. I actually have to roll. I have to lose health. I have to roll health.
Ooh.
A D4.
Okay.
I also have a
Take
potion
damage.
of advantage. I just realized if anyone wants that to like
Oh.
really make extra sure of a thing.
I mean, the people that are getting help are going to have advantage. So maybe for Morticia, who is solo.
Okay.
So Pact of the Talisman, it's when the wearer of your talisman, so it can be me or someone else, fails an ability check, they can add a D4 to the roll. So I just using that to help kind of fuel my fire to make sure that it stays lit or stays hot enough.
Okay. Excellent.
Should I try to figure out how I'm helping?
Well, I actually have an idea here because Morticia, And all of your characters at one point in time were a much stronger version of yourselves and have lost your edge due to a variety of circumstances. Morticia can use tokens of the departed.
Yes.
However,
Yay!
she is going to have to give something of value in order to get Death's attention.
Ugh. I think
Because right now, Death is not paying attention.
Morty looks at their really pretty hair clip that they've had, and they think about the one that Karis has. They look back at theirs, and she's like, okay, you did really good things for me. You were amazing, so fashionable. Not as cool as that leaf, but that's okay. I gotta say goodbye to you now. And I'm gonna give out my hairpin.
Okay.
Aw.
And
I
as
think Drassus
Okay.
will look at Morticia and just be like, Morticia, you don't have to do this.
I do. I think I do. This is what friends do. I think. Right, Adam? Yeah, this is what friends do.
And Drassus will think of going to hug you, but realize you're small, and then just pats you on the head.
Nice.
Pushes me down a little bit, like, oh, thank you.
A little spinal compression.
Now, Prince, just as an FYI, the damage taken from your blood maledict is not from your temporary hit points.
I actually took it off of my health.
Gotcha. You will also need to roll it 2 more times for it to
Ooh.
work the way you want it to.
Ah.
I picture Brina just like as we're all trying to decide what we're gonna do, just being like,
Yes!
Rena's
a laughing
actually
snake lady.
praying.
oh,
Aw.
One of the things that you might notice now that you've had the opportunity is Brina is wearing symbolism of a paladinic order.
Oh.
Well,
Which order you're uncertain because it's a dwarven order and it doesn't call out to any specific god that you are all familiar with, but she's praying
Aw.
at this point. And Sunflower, back to Sunflower and Vincent. We're going to start with you all. So you start to channel your energies. You start to channel Firebolt, Sunflower, and you, Vincent, you start to concentrate on the druid craft. Inside your head, Vincent, you can hear whispers, and they're memories, not actually like in the moment, but memories, whispers of doubt, whispers of not being good enough, whispers of being nothing without your patron, things that were subtly told to you in a way to break you down in order to rebuild you as their minion, start kind of flooding to your memory. And how do you respond?
I think as I hear that, I see this like herald or other warlock or whatever it is that's writhing on the ground laughing.
Demon. Clearly demonic.
Just straight up demon. Perfect. Love that. Love that for us. I look around at like my friends, probably the first friends I've had in 500 plus years. And I see those vines that have started to appear. That's my magic.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in my head, I say, I don't need you anymore. And then I just keep, like, it starts in my head quietly. Like, not even believing it at first. And louder in my head until I yell out, specifically at this demon, I don't need him anymore.
Excellent. At the same time, Sunflower, inside you, you hear your voice, well, Ophelia's voice, which is your voice, but not your voice, telling you that you are stronger than that. Quit holding back. Don't be a weakling. Burn with the power of 1,000 suns.
It
You
doesn't
can
feel
tell
right.
that she's trying to force you to imbue sorcery points, to expend them in this moment.
Shucks. Thinking real hard.
Do you give in to her rage-filled request?
I can, when I roll damage or spells, when monsters prone to reroll up to 3 of the dice. Oof.
Oh, I'm not going rules as written here.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I don't know what you're going for then. Yikes.
This is narrative. Are you letting her command your magic to enhance what you are attempting to do?
You know what? Yes, she does. And I think I know what this will look like as she levels up, but yeah, I think she wants to work with that voice within her. It's almost like she's like, almost like thinking to herself, she's like, I'm trusting you. If you play some kind of trick with me, if this is some sort of trickery, I don't know what you are in my mind, but I will get rid of you forever. But for now, for this moment, I am trusting you. Let's work together and let's get this done. Let's make this happen.
As this transpires, but the two of you separately, so as you are having that conversation in your head, Vincent is having his and then calling out and yelling at the demon who is writhing in laughter currently.
That is a little bit off-putting.
Yeah. And as Vincent or Cairo separates himself from who was once his patron, Sunflower and Ophelia bond closer together. Vincent, when you yell out like that, you feel the energy of one of your spell slots igniting and being expended. And the two of you in tandem just leave the blade and the top of the, like, top 3 inches of the anvil in just a wash in flame. And not just reddish flame that we're used to seeing, but all colors of a flame. It flashes white and blue and yellow and orange and red as it dances across in this light show. There's a tinge of green in spots in the areas where Vincent's hands are closest, intermingled with little flecks of purple that occur and kind of burn off as they emerge. And from Sunflower, there's this coppery gold, like halo around her hands. and the blade itself reacts. Andrasis, you hold it still with the might of your being, a connection to the blade that you've been honing for decades, a connection to the blade that your bloodline has had for generations, whether you knew it or not. Brina ends her prayers, and you feel a warmth, a divine kind of warmth, as she blesses your actions and provides you with advantage on your athletics check.
Okay. Let's see.
Yes.
24.
You swing the hammer, igniting or initiating the shift in weight as you go from an upswing to a downswing right at that apex, and bring its weight to bear. Clang, 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 striking it over and over as you listen to the cue from Brina. Again, a little further to the left. Again, as she guides you in repairing Relentless. When you offer your hair clip, Morticia, there's a coolness to the air around you in this very warm forge that is heating up quite quickly. And you feel a presence that you had become quite accustomed to. Death has returned to this place.
Yes.
And you can feel his or its bony hand kind of wrap around yours as it reaches over to take the hair clip.
You're welcome. I think it'll look really cute on you.
Death does not say anything as it disappears.
They never do.
But you hear these words. Actually, anyone who can hear it over the clanging or concentration, which may not be any of you, except for Adam and yourself, say, I will miss you, my sister. I hope to see you again someday.
Oh. Take care.
And in that moment, you might notice that echoes of your sister who once wore that clip reach out to you to say goodbye.
Oh my gosh. I think little Morticia is crying giant tears. You are... I knew you were always with me. I knew it. You keep trinkets of your loved ones, and you're incredible. You inspired me. Look at how great I am. All because of you. I hope your soul could rest.
I'm so proud of you.
I've made so many friends as well, just like you told me to.
And as the voice trails off and the presence of death doesn't dissipate completely, but lessens, you remember the power to help souls move on. Now, whether or not you chose to keep them or pass them along was between you and death. A game that you would play from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
But the soul in which you are confronted with in this very moment is the soul of Sumac. And you see this ghostly apparition standing up from the blade.
Whoa.
In many ways, it looks similar to a younger Drasus.
You're like a good-looking Drasus. Hi.
And
I have to guide you.
he looks about a little confused and then down to you and
No,
says,
right here. Yep. Everybody has to look down. I should really work at being eye level. It's just, you catch updrafts sometimes and you get lost. And, hi, I'm Morty.
Where to?
Well, that was up to you, really. Out of character, am I supposed to just guide it like wherever it wants, or am I doing something with the rock and the sword?
In this particular circumstance, like what would normally happen is either you would funnel them into an item, which is the token that you would have, or you would kind of ethereally direct them, like you're telling them directions to go down the hallway and to the left, as they pass on into the afterlife of some form. The Fae that you had helped pass on went to a variety of different places, but those who were mortals seemed to head specifically to the river, as it was where they would find their resting place.
Okay. And as I understand, this is... because the soul has been trapped in a trinket, or a sword, however you want to see it, for quite some time. Drasus, am I releasing the spirit, the soul?
Can I see him?
You will start to see, especially as Morticia draws your attention to it, the ghostly image of Sumac standing on the blade, looking about. The first time that you've seen him in any form since that day, and he looks like his whole self, the way you remember him before he took that fateful fork in the road to a path of crime.
I think Drasus will look at him and he will say, tears streaming, blood pouring out of his hand. He goes, I won't apologize. Go find Kadia. Find your mother. Be with her. Morticia, show him the way.
He locks eyes with you. And as you tell him to go, you can see that rebellious spirit that he is kind of rankle. But as you continue and tell him to go find his mother, he softens. Like memories flooding back. But Father, the blade won't survive without me. It needs to be connected to someone's spirit.
I will take your place.
Are you? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I love you.
I love you too.
Are you ready, Sumac? I'm gonna walk you out of the building. Well, I'll fly you, and then Adam will take you the rest of the way. You're never gonna be alone ever again.
And as you do that, you will, the three of you, lift off and pass through the mountain itself. Though being ethereal is not something you're used to experiencing before, there is an amplified magic in this moment that has given you a shortcut, shall we say.
I just blame Adam. It's fine.
And you watch when you leave Adam and Sumac disappear into the sky. Beneath you, you see hordes of skeletons that are being attacked by the ship. A variety of different ways. There are scorched ground where bombs had gone off and ballista bolts had come through. There are also a few giant skeletons that are fighting them with boulders and blades. And you head back in to your friends.
Things are looking really bad out there. Could we activate those defenses anytime soon?
There is a fiery just emanation from the forge. And it ripples out and washes over everyone in the room before it kind of like does that whole sucking itself back in and then exploding. And it shoots through the building and out as we kind of pull back out across the caldera. And the undead collapse.
Do all undead collapse?
You'll have to go look for yourself. But you hear the clattering of bones as they hit the ground.
Well, I mean, does Vincent collapse?
No, okay. Vincent does not collapse. Vincent, though, feels the fire as it starts to burn away some of the spiritual bonds between him and Oros.
I think in that fire you would watch. You all have seen him one time be his true form as a changeling, and I think you'd watch as the form of Vincent almost like slowly burns off like ash, revealing himself, and all the spots that looked dead or decaying are replaced with like plant life almost.
Yes.
So that life of like the earth and his own magic is keeping him alive, as opposed to this pact with this undead. I also think his staff will completely transform, where instead of this like very sleek upper class sort of thing, it starts to twist like a root would a little bit. The skull becomes surrounded with plant life, almost like in ruins when you see vines growing completely over something. So the skull's still there because it's still where he's come from, and he's just quiet.
As that transformation occurs, there's a green energy that reaches out from the staff and hits Cairo in the chest. It's almost as though you're struggling to breathe for the first time in forever. And then it fades away.
Are you okay? I mean, I should really not be asking you. Drasus, are you okay?
Drasus is literally hammers dropped to the floor. He's on his knees just bawling right now.
Sunflower, you got Kiro. I'll help Drasus.
On it.
Teamwork. And like they try to high five, but it's
Big kid. Sunflower will rush over to Vincent's side. She has like a potion of healing in her hands just in case. And she just kind of like places a hand very gently on Akira's chest and just tries to breathe with him.
Yeah.
Like almost like she needs to like breathe with him to remind him how to breathe again. And she's just following that gut instinct, and that's all she's doing with him for now. But in case something is going south, she has something ready just in case.
I think as you come close, you'd see even in all his forms, his eyes had that look of not being totally alive, and the violet in his eyes is vibrant. I think he breathes, and as you put your hand on, you feel a heartbeat. And he says, I don't remember what air feels like.
Just breathe with me. Practice with me. In and out. In and out. Feel it in your diaphragm, in your chest. Just breathe with me. Just breathe.
I think I'm okay.
You're going to be okay. I think you're going to be more than okay, actually.
Looks at his hands and his skin. I think you're right. And then looks over to Morty and Drasus.
Morty's sitting cross-legged in front of Drasus, just like, it was really cool what we did. Why are you bleeding so much?
And I think for the sake of the sword being tied to him right now, the blood is like going from him to the sword. Just to, you can see the binding happening essentially. And Drasus just looks at you and he's like, did he make it okay?
Yes, it was a really good journey. Adam and him talked the whole way. Adam never shuts up sometimes, I swear, but Sumac was really sweet.
Okay.
Do you need some extra blood? I don't have a lot, but I'll share.
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Help me in a way that I can never repay. All of you. And he looks up at the group and he's like, all of you. I'm forever in your debt.
No debt required.
And Vincent, he particularly looks at you and he says, I need one more favor from you.
Anything.
I don't know how long you'll be around, but when I die, I'll be part of this. And he looks at the sword. Make sure it's safe and protected. And when it lands in someone who's worthy, you find them. Give it to them.
I will. You have You have my word. Protect it with my life when it's time. What's that?
Cheers, Macduff.
What's that creature doing on the ground?
You will see as you guys are having this moment, the creature is starting to regain itself and stand up.
Oh dear.
And Brina walks over and begins to cast and calls out, channeling a banishment spell, and sends it away.
Can I, I know this isn't how D&D works, but can I spend the rest of my spell slots basically to help empower that and look at this demon and say, his power and your power is broken, and if I can break it, others can break it, and I am coming for him.
Yes.
Damn.
And like any good anime, the villain cries out, I will come back stronger,
Naturally.
and blinks out. As you collect yourselves, you will find some of the strangest things. There are 5 of the defenders that remain. 2 are giants. 3 are Goliath-sized. One of the 3 that are Goliath-sized, they all look and are, for lack of a better description, golems made of that reddish steel. The 2 fire giants are flesh and blood. And one of them introduces himself as Tekwar. And that is where we'll end the episode.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Wow.
Oh my god!
Jeez.
Oh, hell.
Holy smokes. Well, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Hope you enjoyed it. If this is the first episode you saw, I've been behind on uploading them to YouTube, but hopefully by the weekend, everything up to this episode will be on YouTube and you can catch up there. Also, if you enjoyed this, this is set in the world of Evastria, which is where the Faeforge Academy takes place. This is canon. So this there might be crossover with our podcast, which has, I think we're releasing episode 88 tomorrow of our main storyline. There's 3 other mini campaigns. All of this stuff interweaves with one another. Some of these characters and NPCs and lore that Chris has made is part of our world. So if you enjoyed this, there is plenty more for you out there. But I think all I want to say to you is thank you, and let's tell the people where they can find you for more of your amazing roleplay and other things that y'all do. Leona.
Oh, heck. Hello, my name is Leona. You can find me on Twitter at the Leona Maple. That is the best place to find me, follow me, keep up with what on earth I'm doing. Later tonight, you will be able to find me over on Weave the Tale playing Pathfinder with some phenomenal BIPOC folks. So please do join me there for my other flower character, Dahlia. Other than that, like, I feel weird even promoting that because I'm just lost in this right now. So please, audience, take care of yourselves. You know, have a drink of water after this. Be good to yourselves and each other.
Prince.
Wow. Yeah, I'm Prince, also known as Dimples and Dice on the internet. You can follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all that jazz, as Dimples and Dice. The next time you'll probably see me is my happy hour stream, which will be on my channel on Friday around 6 p.m. Eastern time, where I'll generally talk about DMing and starting a new campaign as a DM. So if you're looking for alcohol and tips and tricks on how to get your own campaign started, come through. We usually talk for a couple hours. Then you'll catch me over on Saturday on Vancouver by Night at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And then follow that up on my sister station, Rolling These 20s, all BIPOC group of TTRPG actual play players in Philadelphia by night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. And then the last thing I have going on right now is my own D&D campaign, Sundays, Wayward Revelry. It's a D&D 5e While Beyond the Witchlight campaign. I have a wonderful cast over there, and that is at 11 a.m. on Sunday. A bunch of other stuff coming up. Make sure you're following me on Twitter for all those announcements. And wow, thank you to all of this cast. That was, yeah. Wow.
B.
Damn, yeah. Hello all, I'm your non-binary busy bee. You can find me on Twitter as @B_Zelda. I'm a podcaster, streamer, writer, and community manager for D&D Adventurers League. I think tonight, no, I know this. Tonight I am streaming a game. I'm not sure what game. Fuck, I'm not good at this. It's on the One Shot RPG channel, and it's for charity. And I know the title of it is called like the Saga of Dick Biter. So if that doesn't interest you, I don't know what will. And it's for charity because today is Trans Visibility Day.
Oh, awesome! I was not aware of that. That's awesome.
Yes.
And Chris, our amazing GM, who has facilitated this beautiful story. Tell them where they can find you.
Oh, hi everyone. My name's Chris Geary. You can find me on Twitter @Chris Geary. You can find me here for 2 more weeks as we try to top this session and go out with some heartfelt and quality role play. Until then, you could also find me, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday. You will be able to find me on the Hype Goblin at 10 a.m. on Sundays as I am in my guest role playing D&D with them. But other than that, it's been a joy.
Yeah, and I'm Steven. You can find me on the internet @the_baddDM. I DM all the other shows so far that have been on the Faeforge Academy, but I hope to change that as we move forward. With Chris being the first one to jump into the world of Evastria. One more time, thank you. And like Leona said, emotions are tricky, so take care of yourself. If anything that we had hits you in any way, that's okay. That's good. Emotions are good to have. Take care of yourselves. We are going to go raid Eugenio, who is wonderful human. Looks like he's playing Mass Effect Andromeda. So go give some love in their chat, and we will see you in a week. All right. Until next time, everybody. Bye.